Imagine opening a business in a place where customers are many, demand is high, and everyone seems to be making sales. At first glance, it looks like the perfect opportunity. Yet, after a few months, profits are low, price keeps dropping, and competition feels like a daily fight for survival. You therefore start asking yourself where the problem is coming from. The problem is not the product and also not the customers, but the problem is the industry. In the late 1970s, a Harvard business professor named Michael Porter noticed something strange. Many businesses were working hard, selling products and operating in markets with high demand, yet profits remained low. Porter realized that success was not only about good management or effort, but about the structure of the industry itself. He then identified 5 competitive pressures that quietly shapes profitability in every industry. This idea later became known as Michael Porter's 5 forces and was developed to explain why. Porter's 5 forces is a strategic framework that helps businesses understand the competitive pressures within an industry before entering it. The 5 forces are competitive rivalry, threat of new entrants, bargaining power of customers, bargaining power of suppliers, and threat of substitute products. The forces do not ask whether customers exist, but it rather asks a more dangerous question, and that is, once you enter this industry, how much profit will competition allow you to keep? To truly understand Porter's 5 forces, we are going to blend out theory and real-world scenarios. Think about the mobile money industry in Ghana. It looks like a gold mine. Millions of users, daily transactions, and cashless payments everywhere. It feels like an industry where money is flowing endlessly. Now let's start with the forces one after the other for better clarity. The first force is competitive rivalry. That is the intensity of competition among existing firms in the industry. This is what most people naturally think of as competition. When many businesses sell similar products, rivalry becomes fierce. Firms cut prices, copy each other's ideas, increase advertising, and sometimes sacrifice profit just to stay visible. In Ghana, mobile money is not controlled by one company alone. We have MTN Momo, Telecel Cash, and AT Money all fighting for the same users. They offer similar services, transfers, bill payments, merchant payment, and airtime purchases. Because the services look alike, competition becomes intense. Companies try to reduce transaction fees, introduce promotions, and invest heavily in marketing just to stay relevant. The more intense the rivalry, the harder it gets or it becomes to stand out. This forces teaches a painful lesson. Sales do not guarantee profit. An industry can be busy, noisy, and popular, yet still be financially exhausting. Porter's model forces businesses to ask whether competition will push them to innovate or slowly squeeze them until survival becomes the only goal. The second force is the threat of new entrant. Profitable industry attract attentions, and when entry is easy, new competitors quickly saturate the market. If starting a business requires little capital, minimal regulations, and no strong brand advantage, then anyone can enter. Each new entrant increases competition, reduces price, and divides market share. Mobile money became attractive because it was profitable. That success invited new players. That was when banks launched mobile apps, fintech startups introduced digital wallets, and telecompanies expanded financial services. Even though regulations and technology create some barriers, but entry is still possible for strong players with capital. Every new entrant increases competition and splits the market further. These forces reveal an uncomfortable truth, that is, success invites rivals. Porter's 5 forces encourages business to think beyond short-term gains and ask whether the industry has protective barriers that can sustain profits over time. The third force is the bargaining power of buyers. This refers to how much influence customers have over pricing, quality, and services. When customers have many alternatives, they gain power. They demand lower prices, better quality, faster services, and more value. If a business fails to meet these demands, customers simply switch. Think of it this way: if MTN increases fees, users can switch to Telecel Cash. If transfers becomes inconvenient, customers may move to bank apps or fintech wallets. Users are not emotionally attached or attracted to one thing. They go where it is cheaper, faster, or more convenient. This force teaches marketers that customers vote their wallet. Loyalty is fragile, and choice strengthens power. Porter's model reminds businesses that strong brands and differentiations are not luxuries. They are the survival tools. The fourth force is the bargaining power of suppliers. Suppliers provide raw materials, technology, labor, or services that businesses depend on. When suppliers are few or highly specialized, they gain power. They can raise prices, reduce quality, or change terms without fear of losing customers. This directly affects profitability, even if sales remain strong. These forces expose a hidden risk. That is, profits can disappear from the cost side, not just through competition or customers. Porter's model pushes businesses to consider supplier dependency before entering an industry. The last force that I'm going to talk about is the threat of substitute products. Substitutes are alternatives that satisfy the same need, even if they come from different industries. Customers do not always compare brands. Sometimes they compare solutions. When substitutes are available, price increases becomes risky and customer loyalty also weakens. At this point, mobile money is not only competing with other mobile money providers, it is also competing with cash, bank transfers, debit cards, fintech apps, and online banking. If customers find another way to send money faster or cheaper, they will rather leave. They are not choosing a brand, but they are choosing a solution. What we should understand is that competition is not always visible. The biggest threat may come from outside the industry that is quietly pulling customers away. Now, to finalize everything, we need to understand why Porter's 5 forces truly matters. Michael Porter's 5 forces is not about discouraging entrepreneurship. It is about clarity, and it teaches businesses to see the battlefield before stepping onto it. The framework explains why hard work does not always lead to high profits. When you step back, you realize something powerful. Despite massive usage, mobile money is under pressure from all 5 forces at the same time. High demand does not automatically mean high profits. This is exactly why Michael Porter's 5 forces matters. It explains why an industry can look exciting on the surface, yet be brutally competitive underneath. In the end, Porter's 5 forces teaches one timeless lesson. Choosing the right industry is as important as running the business well. Success is not just about what you sell or how you had your work done. It is about understanding the forces that decide how much value the market will allow you to keep. Hi, I am Jay, and welcome to Jay's Marketing Consult. If you did enjoy this lesson, please kindly subscribe, like, share, and comment down below, and also stay tuned for the next lesson.